All right, it's time to review the most powerful plugin for OBS. It is NDI. In fact, I wrote an entire book called The Unofficial Guide to NDI. So there's a lot to learn about NDI, but in the Super User Guidebook, we're going to learn how to install NDI into OBS, using it, all the features inside of OBS. And then if you want to learn how NDI can change your entire video production workflow by leveraging your local area network, networking, and even the wide area network connecting studios around the world, that's going to take some time. But luckily, for free, you can download the unofficial guide. Three simple ways to use NDI with OBS. The most simple starting point is to go to Tools and go to NDI Output Settings, and you have this is our network switch. This is a gigabit network switch. It has 48 ports. It's from Unify, and every single camera and computer on our network is connected here. So just to give you an idea, these network cables obviously are connected to Wi-Fi access points. Let's go up here. So this is a Wi-Fi here. Also, right, so any variety of constantly being available time, and you have two options here. You can have a main NDI output and a preview NDI output. Essentially, what this means is all of the video that's in your main output or your preview output can be sent over your local area network and received by another computer or NDI enabled device. So that means you could potentially have another computer on your local area network connected to a TV or displaying your live stream. Or you could have it connected to another OBS computer, which is a dedicated computer for connecting to a Zoom webinar or recording your feed for you to take the processing load off your computer. There's so many ways to use NDI. It's really worth reading up on it and learning more. But this is the NDI output area. Generally, I think most people just use the main output of NDI with this, and you can name it. So you can do, OBS production, and that name will be what shows up on the receiving computers There's NDI decoders, for example, connect to your local area network and then output SDI or NDI for traditional workflows. And that is what will show up. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. Those are your main outputs. Now, you also have the ability to bring in NDI inputs. So these are sources inside of your scene. So you can bring NDI video over your local area network very easily using an NDI source. Now, I've already got a bunch of different NDI sources in here. So what I'm going to do is double click one that's already connected. And what you'll see here is all of the NDI sources on my local area network are discoverable. That's one of the really nice things about NDI is it makes discoverability of IP the really NDI source. Now I've already got inside of your scene. So you can bring NDI video over your local area network very easily using an NDI.
In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can separate all of your different audio sources for your stream so that you can have complete independent control over your game audio, your Discord chat, your music, and your microphone without having to spend any money on something like a Go XLR or an Elgato Wave microphone. The internet, you're leaving all of your accounts at risk. It's high time that you started using a password manager like today's video sponsor,
Today, I'm talking about the differences between Audio Hijack and Loopback. If you're involved with audio on a Mac at all, you may have come across these two pieces of software before. They're extremely powerful, very functional, easy to use, beautifully written bits of software by Rogue Amoeba. And this is not an advert, it's really just an appreciation because these are two bits of software I use all the time and could not be without on my Mac. But I think there is some confusion over the two as to kind of, well, do you need both? Are they doing basically the same thing or are they different? And that's what I want to try and clarify here. Firstly, Audio Hijack. Well, Audio Hijack is all about routing and processing and manipulating and recording audio, an audio chain from start to finish. But that starting point and end point can only be using input devices, physical or virtual, and output devices, physical or virtual, that already exist on your system. Or Audio Hijack does not create virtual inputs and outputs. That's the job of Loopback. And that's the key difference between these bits of software. So in Loopback, you can route audio. You can send audio from an application to a particular output. But Loopback, by doing so, creates that output, which you then select in your software. And that's a major difference between the two. So I'll try and explain a little more.
Once the money signal
side. This isn't a video to go in detail about how Audio Hijack works. I'll do that in a separate video. But let's just say, for example, that I want to take my audio from Quobuzz, which I've got here, and I've chosen Anders Enger Jensen as the artist here because I'm pretty sure this won't hit a content match on YouTube. So at least I can maybe play a bit of audio from this album. So I wanted to capture audio from Quobuzz, and I wanted, I don't know, just for argument's sake, let's just do a super simple example. So I'm going to just stick my application in here. We'll zoom in a little bit so you can see more clearly, and I can select Quobuzz. I've got it's a running application, but I've already got it there in my recents. I can select that as my application. So that's now hooked in, or will, as soon as I press run on this session, it will hook into the processor ID of Quobuzz, which means that Quobuzz cannot route audio to anywhere else at that point. Regardless of what's selected in the software itself, it effectively dominates, takes control of that application, and takes all the audio from it to go to wherever you then choose to send it. And in this case, I'm then just going to go straight to an output device. And my output device can be maybe my MacBook Pro speakers. My MacBook Pro is closed up and just to my side. It's kind of in its little kind of dock thing. So really playing it on the MacBook Pro speakers seems a silly idea, but at least then we can hear it and potentially, figure out what it's doing. And for argument's sake, I'm going to put in a level meter as well between. So here we go. An audio main speaker. That's now